world, Mather Tower, for only 10 days. I know after that great show, they're building quickly. The London House, it's okay. Show you a beautiful rooftop. Have you been up there? No. You need 2 months reservations. I've been up there 4 times. I work off of tips. I tip them before I even order. And now I'll show you a rooftop. All right, look to your left. Beautiful picture. The Wrigley Building, the Intercontinental with the onion, and the Chicago Tribune. Now, why does it look like an onion up there? That was the old men's athletic club back in the day. Now it's the Intercontinental Hotel. Now, they designed that dome on top because they thought the future of travel was by on top of it. Now, that never happened. But over to the left, Tribune, another style of architect, neo-Gothic. That's what the main campus, University of Chicago, looks like. The old newspaper building, today's residential. Look at the flying buttresses. Looks like Notre Dame, Paris. Down below, the Apple Store. Doesn't that look like a laptop on top? But look at the glass. Here's what's fun. Each piece of glass on that Apple Store, $250,000. Yes. Why so much? Handmade in Germany, shipped to Chicago. Now, who has an Apple product? I do. Yeah. How many of us are paying for a little bit of that Apple Store here in Chicago? I think so, myself. I know. They have a live DJ in April. Every Friday, live DJ in there. Over here to your right, there's Hyatt Regency, the brownstone, 2 of them, right? The largest hotel in Chicago. In fact, when people come here in the winter, they stay here and take our tour. But look behind it. See the building with the point? That's a Prudential building. But look at the building behind it. See the dark vertical lines with the white square box? That is the 4th tallest building back there. Well, we made a mistake on that building. We used beautiful Italian marble on the outside of that building. But the architect forgot about that thing called winter in Chicago. So after 10 years, it started to deteriorate. They were concerned pieces would fall down on people down below. So they had to remove all that beautiful Italian marble and replace it with granite. It cost over $80 million. More money to replace the outside of the building than to actually improve the building. So we made a few mistakes. Now over here to your right, see the Swiss Hotel? Looks like a triangle to your right. That is Harry Swiss. Harry Weiss. Remember, he loved the nautical theme. It's like the bow of a ship, the front end of the boat. But look at between the black building, Swiss Hotel. See the undulated balconies? The building back, dry your eyes from the top, go all the way down, looks like a waterfall. It's called the Aqua Building. That's Jeannie Gang. Now, some of you seen the Netflix show The Ozark. What happens in the first episode? The body falls out of it. That's where it was filmed. Also, Lady Gaga used to date the gentleman that owned the penthouse. That was the guy from Chicago Fire, who's not in there anymore. But why is it undulated? It on purpose. We have over 1 million birds that can't see these buildings and they die. So she designed that building so the birds would see it. And she is from Illinois. Now our new buildings, you must prevent the birds from flying into it. Now look at this building. I call it the Wavy French Fry building, but it's called the St. Regis. Look at this. This is the largest, tallest residential building in the world, designed by a female architect. Isn't that incredible? Yes. In fact, in the middle there's your rooftop bar. The St. Regis Hotel is in the middle. It's a Marriott Rewards. I ate there 2 weeks ago. Phenomenal service, great view. You get a view of the river and the lake. The food is reasonable. Cocktails, $19, way cheaper than London House. And service, incredible. Now look on the very top, 83rd floor up there. What do you guys see way up there? Does it look like a hole? Yeah, it's a hole. Now in Jeannie Gang, it is a blowhole. Now, Jeannie Gang did not put a hole in her building. What was happening in the wind? The building was shuddering back and forth. When it shudders back and forth like that, eventually this thing goes to break. Yeah, beautiful building, right? So that's the 3rd tallest building in Chicago. In fact, over here, Lakeshore East, remember 70s heavy community. River North, you got on the boat, Wrigleyville, Gold Coast, one of my favorites, Lamborghinis, Ferrari, good shopping and dining. But over here in 1998, the only thing over here in 9 look at this, 25 years, all those buildings have gone up. Now, should we talk about this river one more time? Yes, so in the 1800s, this river used to flow into Lake Michigan. That's where this was our drinking water. Now today it's reversed. It goes the opposite way. And we get our drinking water from Lake Michigan. Now, remember what we saw in this river, right? Yes, garbage, raw sewage or trash. Remember chickens that walked from one side to the other? It was so disgusting. People were dying. This was their drinking water. Cholera, typhoid. Cities like, we got to do something. So what did they do? They dug 36 feet for 26 miles. In fact, if we turn this boat around every 30 days, we'd get to the Mississippi. They dug more dirt out of this river than the Panama Canal. Then on January 2nd, 1900, they blew up the dams, reversed the flow of the river, and in 10 days, we cleaned up our water. Chicagoans are like, yes, get excited, we got clean water. St. Louis was like, oh, no, you don't. You just sent all your polluted water down to us. We're like, no, we didn't do that. They're like, yes, you did. We're going to take it to court. We're like, okay, where do you want to have court? They're like, we'll come to Chicago. Who do you think won? Chicago won. But you know how St. Louis gets us back? Anybody on the boat from St. Louis? Oh no, for the years. I might have to tip you when you get off the boat today. But how St. Louis gets us back, they take our polluted water, they bottle it up, and they sell it back to us as Bud Light and Budweiser. So mean. You're wearing a Budweiser shirt. I know one time I had one of the guys on the board on the boat, he came up to me, he's an older gentleman, he goes, ma'am, I need to talk to you. And I was like, oh, yes, sir. He goes, I need to thank you for something. And I was like, what? He goes, do you know I'm on the board for Budweiser? And I said, I said, the company makes me say that. I don't say that. That's in the notes. He goes, no. He goes, I want to thank you because every boat you're advertising our beer. So high five. I was like, yeah, high five. Pretty fun. I know, right? I know. He was so sweet. Sweetest man ever. It's Chicago and Budweiser. I said, yeah. Now that's Lake Michigan, third largest lake in the world. We get our drinking water there for today. And the lake's only about 15 feet deep right here. You go 3 miles out, 28 feet, and then it gets deep. It's 930 feet deep near Green Bay, Wisconsin. Now Indiana, 20-minute drive south. They sued Chicago. Michigan sued Chicago. Wisconsin, 40-minute drive north, sued Chicago, and Canada sued Chicago, because when we reversed the flow of the river, they thought we would drain Lake Michigan. It would take 450 years to drain Lake Michigan. We lost the court battle, so we put in our free lock today. So in fact, my next boat, we're going out there for the sunset tour. So the lake is 4 feet in the river. So every time that lock opens, it flows south, right? We can control the water level. Did you guys get our picture? Look at that beautiful picture. Yeah. Feel free to stand up. Don't stand on the chairs or the benches. There's room up here for a picture if you want to take a family picture. I know, isn't that pretty?
It's so cool.
Sometimes a plane will come this way. So the plane's heading east. They're right in the lane of the Jimmy Gang building. It's pretty wild to see. I'd be afraid to live up top. And then the harbor, the Chicago lighthouse in the background over there. You can barely see it over but the lighthouse.
It's backlit, yeah, it's backlit.
Over there. People go, why do we have a lighthouse on our lake? Well, it's a large lake. We get some fog. Who's been to Navy Pier? Everybody? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was busy, I think, yesterday and Saturday. Shopping, dining, beer garden, rooftop. In fact, you guys know we have free fireworks on Wednesday, right? Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Yes. And you don't have to come all the way to Navy Pier. I would go to Columbus Bridge, one bridge in, not like towards one bridge in. Beautiful view of the fireworks, 9 o'clock on Wednesday. And then Saturday. So it's every Wednesday and Saturday. Saturday at 10, we provide them free for you guys. The city loves tourists, so that's why we put on a show. We got free concerts over here, free movie. Tomorrow night, free movie in Millennium Park. I don't know what movie, we should look it up. 7:30 the movie starts. You can bring your own food, cocktails, beverages in there and watch the movie. I might go tomorrow, because it's my last Tuesday. I always run into my students when I go that way. I'm always like, Yeah, Navy Pier is incredible. Who's been in the Ferris wheel? Anybody? Yeah, air conditioning. It's beautiful. Lake Michigan, if you go in the lake, wear your life vest. That's my rule. It is very dangerous on that lake. We had some people last week struggle out there. Who's been to Millennium Park? What's in Millennium Park? The Bean. What's the original name of the Bean? Cloudgate. That's correct. Yes, remember Kendall College Dining Experience over there. Google that for reservations. Cindy's Rooftop Bar, one of my favorite rooftop bars with a beautiful view. But why do we call it the Bean? The Bean has been open 20 years. 20 million people go see that Bean every year. And we just opened it 7 weeks ago. People were walking up to the Bean and tripping, so we had to fix all the bricks down below. And the reason he designed it like a bean, if you walk directly underneath it, look up, people get real close to you. They did that on purpose to bring the locals and the tourists all together in Chicago. Isn't that sweet of them? Yeah. Our city's pretty cool, huh? It's clean, people are friendly. Everybody's had deep dish, right? Yeah. Pequod's is my favorite deep dish. Pequod. It's in Lincoln Park. Pequod. Yeah, make reservations. It's pretty fun. It's more cheesier and burnt a little bit more. I like it. Yeah. More like Detroit style, I like to say, but round. All right, look in the distance to your right here. I call that building the fidget spinner building. Doesn't it look like a fidget spinner? Yeah, I just read an article on it this morning. So it's completed or started. They started building it in 1968. They were not supposed to build this building east of Lakeshore Drive. There was an unwritten law. They built it anyway. Now there's a written law. Now what's interesting, notice their shades are down. It's a beautiful evening, right? Well, that building gets so much sunlight reflection, their electricity bill from May till October, $1,000 a month. It's very difficult to keep that building cool. Now, a lot of wind whips around that building as well. The air show was probably incredible to be up there, though. Now, if you walk to the edge of your apartment, look left and right to see your neighbors. You can't see. It's 100% private. In fact, Oprah Winfrey told everybody she lived there when she was in Chicago, but she lived by the Water Tower Plaza John Hancock building. But some famous people, Sammy Sosa, Scottie Pippen, Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn, and Alice Cooper have all lived in that building. And even more famous people have lived in there. So this is going to be a park next time you guys come. This is Lakeshore Drive, the heaviest bridge we're going to go under. You can watch the fireworks here. My favorite place is one bridge in. Columbus Drive Bridge is my favorite because the city's in the middle with the fireworks. It's beautiful. Over here to your right, you guys see this yellow crane? Well, that crane is only about 8 weeks old. In fact, that crane's in a hole. It's 100 feet deep, 50 feet wide. For 3 years, nothing but weeds in that hole. In 2009, they were supposed to build the tallest building in the world there. Remember the housing market crash, the recession? The architect and the builder went bankrupt. Today, Skidmore, Owens & Merrill building 2 new residential buildings. So 3 years, it's going to look totally different there. Imagine living in this building, hearing all the noise, right? Now this is James DeStefano. This is Streeterville. He is from Chicago or Illinois. In fact, he brought a little New York City to Chicago. I think he liked New York. What does it look like in the upper corner there from New York City up there? Yeah, Statue of Liberty, that's right. Now below, go down below the trees back here. 4-level luxury condominiums. They each have their own private elevator. Anywhere from 3 to 7 million down below. Up above, 2 to 4 million. Now, being a teacher and a tour guide, if I didn't have to pay the rent or the mortgage, where would I want to live? Right here. I mean, isn't that incredible? Beautiful view, right? The lake, the